When we return, Bob Turk says April Fool's Day means some April showers for Baltimore, but maybe he's fooling.
Yes, the mysterious and perhaps misty details in Bob's exclusive AccuWeather forecast next on Eyewitness News.
Martha, money's coming out of this microwave.
Of course, it's General Electric factory rebate time.
But
now you get big rebates direct from GE when you buy that microwave, this washer, this dryer.
how do they do that?
Easy. Just go to your GE appliance dealer.
I just shook hands with a dishwasher.
GE, we bring good things to life.
Factory rebates now available at Chauffeurs Furniture Company Incorporated.
Today, business travelers like you are flying to USA on US Air, because US Air is constantly expanding its routes, its schedules, and its service to fit your business travel needs. With 5,500 flights a week to over 70 cities. For your next business trip, fly the USA on US Air.
I'm a Shell Auto Care dealer, and I'm going to give you something in writing.
I'm a Shell Auto Care dealer, and I'm going to give you something in writing.
When a Shell Auto Care dealer works on your car, you know he wants to do it right, because he gives you a written limited warranty good for 90 days or 4,000 miles. A warranty that backs his work in writing. That's the clincher at Shell Auto Care. Another good reason to come to Shell for answers.
Our main storage lot loss is your gain. 1981 Malibu's $57.75. $57.75. Thanks to help from GM. Legum Chevrolet.
Oh, it's time for all those springtime poems tonight. April showers.
Well, you see, Robert has one, and no matter what we say, he is going to do it. I can feel it. Oh, go ahead.
Spring is sprung, the flowers riz.
I see.
I wonder where my tax refund is.
Flowers riz?
They're up, I'll tell you. They really are.
Lord, I've tried.
You know, it was 80 degrees downtown today.
No, if you hum a few bars. Well, it's no worse than his.
Give me an inch to take a mile. It was 80 degrees in downtown Baltimore today, 78 at the airport. Most reporting stations around the state were anywhere from 74 to 78 degrees. A really perfect day. Blue skies all day, low humidity, kind of breezy. Winds came to us from the southwest, bringing that warm air in. Warm tomorrow, but we have a chance of some showers, right? Let's take a look at what's happening right now. Our stage manager is really yucking it up today. 74, 24 Celsius now. Humidity, this is dry air, 30%. The winds out of the west now at 6. The barometer, 30.03 inches. It's holding steady. The air quality, 46 today. That put us in a good category this afternoon. Tide tomorrow, high at 3:46 in the morning, low at 9:55. Sunrise, 5:52. Sunsets at 6:29. So the days are certainly getting nice and long. That sun was very, very warm today if you were out playing golf or working. Look at the cherry blossoms have really come out in the last couple of days, and the forsythia is really out, the daffodils and some tulips in some places, the crocuses, everything's really quite beautiful. It's turning out to be a pretty nice spring. We certainly deserve it. I think after you go through winter, 4, 5, 6 months of cold weather, you appreciate this kind of weather a lot more. The grass has really greened up in some sections, especially in the city. Let's take a look at SkyTrack. We have no Sky Eye tonight, and unfortunately Sky Eye is down. Probably will not be with us for a couple of days, getting some electronic parts revamped. Here in the east, it is clear from New York State all the way down to the Georgia coastline. A few clouds along the coastline of Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. Almost forgot. Further west, we do have a storm center and a cold front. You can see this low-pressure system over parts of Minnesota. It's got the swirl, the low-pressure swirl with it, and a trailing cold front. Doesn't have much precipitation along it right now, but there's some showers starting to break out over parts of Missouri, Illinois. This is moving to the east, and by tomorrow, it'll be very, very close to the Baltimore area. And in advance of that cold front, it's not really a cold air mass, but there's somewhat cooler air behind it. There are some showers and thunder showers expected to develop along the front. So by about 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you might look for some clouds to build up and some possible scattered showers or thunder showers along the front. Now, once the front goes through the region tomorrow evening around 7 or 8 o'clock, more fair weather, mild temperatures, slightly cooler than tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be in a very warm air mass coming up from the south. We could see the low to mid-80s tomorrow. It depends how much cloud cover we get. It's a very, very warm air mass, and it'll be a little bit unstable, so the cool air moving in, pushing the whole thing off the coast eventually, clearing things out. Looks like some very good weather for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We could again see 80 degrees by Saturday. The next frontal system moving in, this one across the northwest states tomorrow. This could give us some shower activity late Saturday or by Sunday. So kind of a pretty easy system to work with now. Things are moving very quickly across the United States. 72 in Cumberland, 74 in Martinsburg, 79 in Richmond, and in D.C. they hit 85 today, 70 in Salisbury, 72 in Harrisburg. Wonderful temperatures. Winds tomorrow, warm air, 15 to 35 knots out of the southwest. The forecast looks like this. We have, for tonight, clear and pleasant weather, low from 50 to 57 degrees tonight, and that is extremely mild for this time of year. Our normal highs, by the way, are 61, so we're going to be quite above normal for the next couple of days at least. And tomorrow's forecast will be quite warm, plenty of sunshine in the morning, and then increasing clouds in the afternoon, maybe some showers or thunder showers developing. Temperatures tomorrow from 78 to perhaps as high as 85 degrees if we get that maximum sunshine. So it'll be very, and a little bit sticky tomorrow. It'll feel like spring or summer tomorrow, really.
It's okay by me.
And then cooler and beautiful on Thursday.
I'm happy to report, Robert, you said Sky Eye was being worked on.
A little bit, yeah.
Mr. Beavers and Bo Diddley have been dispatched.
You know, it's a little tiny chip.
I know. They'll find it,
down,
believe me.
and we're going to fix it.
They'll get it. They'll find it. We'll have it back in 2 years. He was there when politicians fell from grace, and he watched as our city rose to new glory. But after almost a half a century of telling everyone else's story, Eddie Fenton's retiring to write a new chapter of his own. Richard Scher looks back on a legend in Baltimore broadcasting.
Wow. Some call him crude, and some call him rude, but no one ever called Eddie Fenton a bad reporter. He's been one of the best, and now his familiar voice that took us from civil disorder to election night coverage, and from City Hall to Annapolis, will no longer be heard on Baltimore radio. He's the reporter who never drove a car, but who rode with police or in the governor's limousine. His friends and colleagues will miss having Eddie around.
Eddie could do anything in news. He could listen to the most complicated kind of news story, walk to the telephone, dictate it without a mistake, and he was famous for getting names right. If there are 15 names, he'd get all the names right, including the middle initial.
Richard, I have a lot of fond memories along with Eddie Fenton. We spent many a day and night in Annapolis, and he's just a great guy, and the Baltimore broadcasting industry is going to miss Eddie.
They'll miss Eddie at City Hall, too, especially council members like Mimi DePietro. He and Eddie have toasted more than a few behind the DePietro office doors.
And I thought he was one of the best reporters we had, and I feel so sorry because he's leaving me, because I got to be a real personal friend of his, and I like to serve him booze, and I like to kill him with it, but I can't kill him.
How do you feel about Eddie retiring?
Very sad. With Eddie goes an era and a legend, an institution. He's going to be sorely missed around here. He's one of the greatest reporters that I think Baltimore City's ever had. He's a personal friend of mine, and I'm going to miss seeing him around here.
I worked with Eddie at WCBM from 1967 through 1969. He taught us all a lot about the news business. Yes, Eddie, 44 years is a long time.
It is a long time, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But when you can no longer move the way you should move in this business, and today it's fast-moving and my legs won't do it, it's time to get out. I'll miss it. There's no question about it. Particularly, I'll miss the people that I dealt with over the years. Guys like Mimi and Du and the people in the legislature and the governors that I've worked with and the mayors that I've worked with. I'll miss that.
Good luck.
For the last time, this is Eddie Fenton, WCBM News.
Coming up, we'll tell you how you can help solve a robbery in this week's Metro Crime Alert.
And thousands of Maryland motorists spent their day standing in line. We'll tell you why, as if you didn't know, on Channel 13's Eyewitness News.
To check that out, then we became concerned again. concerned enough to revive the bill he had introduced at the beginning of the session, a bill that was for all intents and purposes dead in committee.
I've talked to the chairman of the committee and asked him to reconsider the bill in light of what we've heard, and he's indicated to me that he's willing to do that. So possibly today, I'm going to get together with him today sometime in between sessions and see if there is something that we can do to revitalize the bill.
Senator Stone wasn't the only one who was notified of the possibility of an end to item pricing at Giant stores. We received a phone call from someone who was identified to me as an employee of Giant, who said that all Giant managers were notified that item pricing would end as of April 15th. We called officials at Giant to confirm this story, but they would neither confirm nor deny, saying that when a decision was definitely made, we would receive a press notice. And if Giant does go ahead and end item pricing, chances are, with only 2 weeks left in this session of the General Assembly, supermarket officials aren't going to find any legal obstacles. What do you think are the chances that the bill will actually pass in this session?
It's very late now. I'm really not very optimistic. What we might get out of the bill, there may be a way of amending the bill to provide for some remedy for the consumer in the event there is a mistake or inaccurate shelf prices.
There are only just 2 weeks left in this legislative session, but you can still voice an opinion if you feel strongly about this issue. Either way, whether you're in favor or opposed to allowing and continuing the stamping of the prices on individual grocery items, then you can let Senator Stone know, or any of the senators on the Economic Affairs Committee in Annapolis. Back to you, Al.
Thank you, Aaron. More than 500 Baltimore County teachers rallied outside the county courthouse in Towson this afternoon. They had hoped to catch the attention of County Executive Don Hutchinson as they protested proposed cuts in the 1982 budget. The educators say the reductions would play havoc with the learning process and would prevent them from getting a pay raise.
Still ahead, Bob Turk is forecasting spring and summer. Maybe even winter and fall in this forecast tonight. Who knows?
You can't be wrong now. And Ron Matz and Marty Bass forecast the winners and losers of tonight's Oscar Awards. Next on Eyewitness News.
Nationwide Datsun fights high prices with a $49 over base factory invoice sale. Take your choice. Pay $49 down or $49 per month. After only $49 down, Nationwide Datsun's